Majority Whip, the senior senator from Illinois.
Ask unanimous consent the quorum call be suspended.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I ask that at 11:45 a.m. today, the Senate proceed to executive session, vote on the confirmation of Executive Calendar 856, the nomination of Robert Stephen Huey, as provided under the previous order, that following the vote, the Senate resume legislative session.
Without objection.
Mr. President, this evening, the Select Committee to investigate the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol will hold its first public hearing. For more than 10 months, the January 6th Committee has labored diligently to discover and document the truth about the day we nearly lost our democracy. This evening, the committee will begin to lay out publicly for the first time the coordinated plan in place to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election and prevent the peaceful transition of power to a new administration in America. Those are incredible words that I've just spoken, but they reflect the reality of January 6, 2021. Among their witnesses will be Capitol Police Officer Caroline Edwards, one of the more than 140 Capitol and Metropolitan Police officers who were injured when the mob attacked the Capitol. To Officer Edwards and all the police officers who defended American democracy that day and who continue to protect this Capitol every day, we owe more than our thanks. January 6 revealed to the world how fragile democracy can be even in America. Keeping our democracy requires vigilance and truth. Often it requires sacrifice, and there must be a willingness to accept that truth. It is regrettable, no, it is shameful, that our Republican colleagues in the Senate filibustered the creation of an independent, bipartisan commission to investigate what happened January 6th. Mr. President, I recall that moment, and I'm sure you do as well. It was slightly after 2 o'clock, just a few minutes after 2 o'clock. Vice President Pence was presiding over the United States Senate as we went through the orderly constitutional process of counting the electoral votes. I looked up from my chair to see the Secret Service come in and physically quickly remove the Vice President from that chair. The events that unfolded in the next few minutes were hard to imagine could ever occur in the United States of America. We were told to sit safely in our chairs. This was a secure chamber, and be prepared for other staffers from around the Capitol to join us. Not 10 minutes later, a member of the Capitol Police stood before us and said, as quickly as possible, evacuate this chamber. Hard to imagine in the United States of America. We've seen the videos. We know what happened. There's no doubt what happened that day. And what an impression it must have left on the rest of the world. What would we think at this moment in time if a mob with battering rams beat down the doors of Parliament and entered the House of Commons and the House of Lords? Would we not say on this side of the ocean, my God, what's happened to the United Kingdom? Can this government survive? Can that country survive? The same questions were being asked about America because of that insurrectionist mob on January 6th. The proposal was made, and it was a legitimate, thoughtful, good faith proposal to establish a bipartisan commission to get to the bottom of it. Who was behind it? And to ask the hard questions. What role did President Donald Trump play in what unfolded after his rally on January 6, 2021? Some people don't even want to raise the question, let alone hear the answer. History demands truth. Unless we have reached a point that we saw in the times of the Soviet Union, when they refused to print in their daily newspapers plane crashes, it was bad news. They didn't want to peddle any bad news, and the official party organ is Vestia. No, that was the reality of the Soviet Union. Deny the truth, rewrite history. We see the same thing occurring today. The American people are going to learn the truth. All 3 major broadcast networks and all but 1 cable news network will carry this evening's hearing live. What cable news network might not require the broadcast of this? I'm going to guess Fox News, and I'm right. Think about that for a second. Clearly, Fox News, which profits off the big lie of Donald Trump, it matters more to them to continue that relationship than to tell the truth to their viewers. The members of the Select Committee have undertaken their duty with uncommon courage, and I want to single out in particular Congressman Adam Kinzinger from the state of Illinois. We're not close friends. We've worked on a few things together, but I have the highest regard and admiration for the courage that he's shown throughout this travail. And the fact that he would volunteer against the wishes of the Republican House leadership to make this committee bipartisan is a tribute to his citizenship and his commitment to this nation. The same thing, of course, is true for Representative Liz Cheney. She has a lot at stake. Representative Kinzinger has announced his retirement. She continues to represent Wyoming, and I hope she will for many years to come. I may disagree with her on virtually every other issue, but I am in respect for her courage in serving on this bipartisan committee.